You see on my phone though.
Yes, I can see us through the phone. What's up, everybody?
Me through the phone. Can you see comments? Is anybody there yet? I don't know. I just want to make double check that everything's going well with this
So
live
far,
stream right now.
I could go live on my phone and see we're good to go. What's up, everybody?
All right, perfect. We are live. Don't let me forget about the ticker. But hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Pop Culture Live Show with Mo. Mo, how you doing, Mo?
I'm doing good. Day 1047 of the quarantine, but
it's not 1,000.
Are we? How long is it? Is
like 6,000? It depends how you feel about it.
2.5 months? Is it?
It's something like that. It's crazy. I mean, I don't understand what's going on, but we got a special guest though. We got a special guest. But before we get into that special guest, I'd like to say thank you to everyone that is joining, that is going to be a part of this. This is awesome. We're up to like our 14th episode, Mo. 14th episode. It's crazy how many people tune in and just chill with us and talk comics and movies and TV shows and everything else that we talk about. And
Tiger King.
Also, I want to say, we got somebody in the chat. Got Mike Sanchez. My bad. What's up? He's like, what's good? What's good in the hood? Just chilling. Perry came through. Perry, what's up? My boy. Absolute Venom in the house. I'm here and I got 6ix9ine with me. Butcher.
Yeah, yo.
Oh God. But I do want to remind everybody about that giveaway I got going on, of course, because it ends May 30th. May 30th. That's it. It's gonna be your last time to enter. Well, actually, May 30th is the day that I'll announce the winner. So I guess the 29th is the last day. But it's gonna be an Amazing Spider-Man 361 slabbed at an 8.0. With it's that one right there, actually. Right there.
Sweet.
Bam. And it comes with a statue, Mo. It comes with a statue.
Do we get a sneak peek of the statue?
Oh yeah, for sure. My dog.
If I win this, I don't want to hear that it's rigged.
If you win it, it's rigged. It's so rigged. But this is it. So you're gonna get the 361 with the statue of Carnage. All you guys got to do is subscribe to the channel. Go on Instagram. Tag 2 friends to the giveaway post that I put up. And then on the giveaway video on YouTube, which was the video, like 2 videos before this one, be sure to comment your favorite villain. And that's it. That's all you got to do. And then you might win it. But
you guys got to jump on that. When is it that you announce the winner?
May 30th. May 30th will be the date.
So you guys got 12 to 13 more days. 12 to 13 more days. So jump on that, because I seen the statue firsthand from 6 feet away, because with social distancing. I went to visit TK and I was like, yo, TK, let me see the statue. And from 6 feet away, he was like, yo, here's the statue. And I was like, yo, that's sweet. So I've seen it myself. It's good. Jump on that. It's very easy to follow the directions.
Hell yeah. So stay tuned for that, because that's gonna be awesome. Whoever wins that. But we got Logan in the house. Logan, how are you, Logan? 2 Brothers Comics. Yo, what's up? Thank you for dropping by. Only takes 6 credit cards to get #1 on Billboard. Look at this 6ix9ine. Oh God, 6ix9ine everywhere. Perry 100. Keeping it 100.
He went on a rant on IG Live.
But without further ado, I don't want our guest in the back. You know, he's probably chugging, taking shots. But without further ado, I want to introduce everyone to our special guest from Royal Collectibles. He's one of the family members out there. And yeah, let's get him in.
Hey guys.
Bob, how are you?
Good, man. Good. Long time no see.
I like that shirt. I have mine, but I think it's in the laundry. So yeah, look at that. Royal Collectibles.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
It's awesome. How are you, Bob? How's everything?
Good. It's strange times, but everybody over here is doing pretty good.
Strange adventures.
Yes.
When issue 2 coming out? Imagine. So, Bob, tell us about yourself. Tell us how long you've been collecting. Basic question.
All right, so that's gonna really show my age. I was like 7 or 8.
TK, you can hear him?
Yeah, you can't hear him, Mo?
I can't hear him.
You want me to yell?
We'll figure it out. This is happened before.
We got technical difficulties here. Mo is.
I want to make sure that if I can hear him, everybody else can hear him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Let me see. What do you think it could be? Is it the put him back in the room again, or
let me see. Let me take you out and put you back in.
Okay. I'll test it.
Can you guys hear each other?
How about now?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear him.
Yes.
You got it? Down packed?
Yeah, so what was it? Oh yeah. About 35 years.
35 years of collecting comics.
Yeah, I was young. I was like 8. I'm like almost 35. I was 8. I'm like 42, gonna be 43.
Okay.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's crazy. That's cool, man. And it was 35 continuous years. Like you was picking up every issue.
Oh yeah, never stopped. Never.
Check out that collection. Everybody want to see that collection, huh?
I had to move half of it. Half of it's in my mom's house in Pennsylvania. I didn't have any room here.
Yeah, of course. That makes total sense because I'll be like, you live in New York City. Where are you keeping all your books?
My mom's got 50 long boxes at her house.
Oh, wow. 50 long boxes. That's a lot of
50 long
right?
boxes.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I didn't,
That's awesome.
I didn't do anything else.
That's good. That's good. You got a lot of
I joke about it. Yeah, I joke about it with you when you're here. Like, I never got into video games. So I wasn't spending, like to me when I was a kid, one video game was, 20 comics.
That's true. And especially if you have to choose between one or the other, it's definitely going to be comics.
Yeah, and you had an allowance. I had, I delivered flyers, had paper routes. And it's just like when it came to making that choice, it was just like, I'm going to get comics.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. Let me go through this chat real quick, take more out and put him back in. I did it. We did it. Thank you, Cindy, my girl. How are you, babe? Thank you for watching. Smiley Tori, hello, everyone. What is up, Smiley? Comic Don. Made it. Thank you again, everyone that made it. This is again a special guest. We got Bob in the house from Royal Collectibles, trying to pick his brain. Can we pick his brain a little bit, Mo?
And
go ahead.
It's Bob from our favorite comic book shop up in Queens, yo. Even my son goes to that comic shop.
Yeah,
it's the
I see your son more than I see you.
Yeah. I hope it's after school.
Right across the street.
He's just cutting school to go to the comic book store. That would be pretty.
Well, he's going to school. He's going to comic.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I think that's what we all did.
Oh God.
So, you've been collecting 35 years, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
How long have you been with the store itself, with Royal Collectibles? How long was that your first comic shop, or did
no. I was about like 14 when I started coming. It was around the death of Superman. Was when I started coming to Royal.
Oh, okay.
Wow, he remembers precisely the death of Superman.
Yeah. And at the time, I was actually working at another comic book store called Fun Stuff, and I started a pull list here because my boss would fudge and change all the numbers with the ordering whenever he felt like it. So we were never sure what we were going to get. So it would be on the safe side. I was ordering here. So I was coming here to get my comics. Yeah. I remember one of the first things I bought here was the collected edition of The Death of Superman, the first trade paperback.
Was that around TK, Bob? Was that around Death of Superman? I believe I was 6th grade, 92, 93, was it?
Yeah, 91, 92, yeah.
That it made news that Superman died, bro.
Yeah. I was just coming out the wound. I was just peeking.
I just started high school.
But yeah, that's awesome, man. I remember because Royal Collectibles is my LCS. That's my closest. That's my comic book shop, and that's where I picked up my first book. My first book was a Luke Cage #1 from the 90s run. Yeah, I'll never forget it. My father picked it up for me, and it was pretty cool. It was when the shop was located in the other corner.
Yeah, around the block. Yeah, by the CVS.
So it was amazing. It's cool. It's cool that we did all these years and we've been going to the same shop.
Yeah.
And, now you guys opened up another shop, right?
Yeah, in Astoria. Yeah.
That's awesome. Amazing.
46th and Broadway in Astoria. Yeah. That's
great.
nice. It's a smaller scale version of our store. But it's just like, it's a nice little shop. And we were a little like nervous at first, like we didn't know how is it, but like it took off good. Like it's a good, healthy neighborhood, and it's like this. It's like this neighborhood. Like people come and go constantly, get a nice mix, and it's working out great. The people love the neighborhood. We love the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a beautiful neighborhood. It's great. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. But yeah, it's been my local. A lot of people that are not from New York usually just go to Midtown Comics, and it's for me. It's like you can go to Midtown Comics. Yeah, it's cool, I guess, in a way. But it's like to interact with people that are reading comics like crazy and into it. I'm like definitely Royal Collectibles. Bob, how many conversations we always had? Like every time I walk in, it's like, yo, Bob, what do you think about this week's comics? What's going on? And you have, let me not forget, you on the Instagram.
Oh yeah, Instagram right here.
Instagram at Royal Collectibles.
Oh, thank you. Nice.
Yeah, of course. You guys, especially do the like what's out and what you've read, right? Or
yeah, the Threat Level Wednesday. Yeah,
Threat Level Wednesday. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, like you said in the beginning, like you addressed it as like the royal family. And like, that's literally what it is. This is a family business. I don't know, like, if anybody knows like the details, but you know, Mike's the owner. Michelle and Diane are his sisters. I'm married to Diane. Tommy's engaged to Michelle. So this is a family business.
Keep it in the family.
Right. And like when you come in, like we want you to be part of that family. You know, we want to treat, you know, like if you're looking for something specific, like we'll try our best to help you. And like each of us fall into our own little categories.
Yeah,
like,
I love that. That's one of my favorite parts because you're like comics, and then I go to Michelle. She's all about pops, and everybody's just all about different things, statues. It's crazy. It's a wonderful store, man. It's great.
Yeah, and it's a cool experience. That's what I like about it. Like you don't feel like you don't come in and feel like you're at a store. And
that's exactly the difference I was trying to explain between.
And it was always like that. I mean, even before I worked here, when it was Mike and Chuck's like our uncle. So like even when I was here, like they treated me like family when I was a customer. So like to become a part of that family and just like pay it forward with like, look, no, this is how we treat people. You know, instead of just like walking in and it's just like, do you have comic books? It's like, yeah, over there.
And that's what's gonna always have people come back for more because. Yeah, you want to go in and buy your stuff, but also like it's a cool, calm atmosphere that you feel that you're surrounded by people that understand what you're into and they get it. Like maybe you don't want to buy anything. Maybe you just want to come in and just be around comics and action figures and maybe have a chat with people who share the same interest. That spreads the word of, hey, I went to the shop. I think you should come through because they really are cool people and they understand what we're all about. And that is I live now in Long Island, but my LCS is still Royal Collectibles. You know what I mean?
And that's the cool thing. Like we do get like people from all over saying that. It's really nice to hear, and it's really nice to like know that like that effort that we put in like works and that people are happy. You know, like you were saying, like you come in, like we don't hire. You know, like we're a family and fans. And that's where like the key part comes in. Mike's been collecting since he was a kid. Diane, we all have our little like expertises, but we all are fans of something. You know, Tommy knows everything about Dragon Ball Z. I know nothing about Dragon Ball Z. Mm-hmm. Like I feel bad when people ask questions because I can't even say some of the names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but like Tommy like knows it like the back of his hand.
Tom guy when it comes to wrestling and Dragon Ball Z, right?
I was just gonna bring up, wrestling, you know, like sports. I know nothing about sports, but we each have our little niche. And like, if you came in and with a question and like, do you have this character? If I don't know, there's 3 people away and they're all on my phone.
Yeah.
That I could just be, hey, do we have this character? Do we have this pop? Do we have this? So it's an advantage to like working in the family environment. It's like we're always on the clock. We're always on our phone. We're always answering questions, and we like it.
That's why it's like it's crazy because I walk into other shops. Let's say I go to Midtown Comics. Let's say I go to any other shop or Forbidden Planet. They're awesome stores. Don't get me wrong. They have cool stuff, cool everything. It's just the comfortability to ask someone is just not there for me. And I'm talking about personally, like to ask somebody, hey, do you have that storyline? Let's just say, hey, you got that storyline where the designer is out in Batman or something like that, you know, and it's like you don't get that comfortability, but in your shop it's automatic. And on top of that, the Royal Collectible family is like you walk in, you ask a question, and they could be totally busy because they're always busy. Let me tell you that they're always busy doing something. And it's like you ask a question, they're automatically on top of it, and if they're not, they go to the next person, ask them, and it's crazy how the communication is so key in that store.
And to add on to TK what he just said, in previous episodes of our talk show, I don't remember what episodes were, I kind of like told them my origin of comic books, but how I took time off years and I came back into comic books. TK, I don't know if you remember what was the comic shop, but it was Royal Collectibles that I walked in, and I was like, hey, I'm a comic book fan, but I haven't read comic books in years. They were like, who's your favorite character? Oh, it's Wolverine. I was like, yo, you would love Old Man Logan. The issue 1 just came out. And then I was like, great. Hey, this is cool. Oh, and they gave me, without spoiling me, I forgot who the person was, man. But they didn't spoil it. They told me this is why you should read it. Oh, and by the way, you like X-Men? I was like, yes. What's the current storyline? Well, this one just ended. Secret Invasion is going to start. And I go, okay, what should I read before Secret Invasion? They told me read this. What should I read before that? Read this, read that. So they helped me kind of get back 4 to 5 years of lost comics, and they put me back on track, and I've been going on since. So that's key. It's key. It's like if you go to GNC, right, TK? You don't want somebody that they look kind of big and be like, hey, take this. You want somebody that they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
This is how you should go about it. Hey, I believe you. So when I went to Royal, they pretty much updated me and got me going. So. And I felt good ever since. That's why I feel so loyal to it. It's like, even though I live on Long Island, I was like, I still want to go over here.
you better make that travel.
That's nice to hear.
It is because I don't know. I don't know if you guys hear it a lot. So I just wanted to, obviously, when you get on the show, I wanted to tell you guys, like, since the beginning, you always see me going to the stores. I mean, you see Mo, but Mo's like a ninja. He's like, he grabs his books and bounce, or his pop. But yeah, and it's an awesome crew what you guys have been doing, and it's a lot of work though. We'll get into those questions later, but let me hit the chat up real quick and see what the chat wants to say with them. Dude, my cousin's got 50 long boxes in his room, in his bedroom. That shit is crazy. I mean, it's ridiculous.
That's why I had to move it.
Sorry. Yeah, he corrected himself. It makes a big difference. K Titus, thank you for dropping by.
I'll give that guy a little tip. You could make a bed platform out of long boxes.
Oh yeah. I've seen people
back on top of set.
Yeah, they fit a good amount. Like they raise their beds and they fit a good amount down there.
Did that for you, man.
I look at my boxes. I look at my bed. I'm like, not yet. What time is it there? Japan is 9 a.m. K Titus, it is 8:20 p.m. So thank you again for joining us from Japan.
Yeah,
awesome.
Man,
that's crazy. Do they have a website? Hey, Bob, what's the communication?
The best bet is either Facebook or Instagram. We have a website too, but you know, we're more active on the Facebook and the Instagram, as you know. Like
yeah, of course. So again, this is your Instagram, and is it the same thing for Facebook? Can they reach Royal Collectibles?
Yeah.
Perfect.
If you search for it, it comes right up.
Awesome. Let me see. I've been to Queens once in my life. It's a crazy place to be in. Let me see.
Carolina. I was in Fayetteville, North Carolina for 45 minutes.
Hi.
Mo froze up again.
TK.
My mic muted. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, I was like, oh no.
Caroline, Chris, howdy. It's 8. Yep. What state? East Coast favorite. Oh, look, North Carolina. I moved from California 33 years ago and never been back. Wow. Was it a bad experience, or is just, Japan's better? Just a weekend. Thank you for dropping by. Again, thank you everyone for passing by and just checking us out. We're here with Bob from Royal Collectibles, my LCS, shop he's representing. So it's always awesome. Absolute. Here we go. I remember. You want that, Mo?
Absolute Venom 13. What's up, brother? By the way, I received the comics. We will later on today. We might put it, or it might be in the next episode, because I want to give you that attention, that supports. What was it I won? I won a giveaway from Absolute Venom. Yes, I won it fair and square. It wasn't rigged. Just got the comic. Here's a sneak peek. There it is, and I'm gonna open it up. Absolute Venom 13. I remember running around for the death of Superman in Brooklyn. Got mine from the newsstand by Wyckoff and Myrtle.
I remember that newsstand.
That was a very interesting time. I remember also running around trying to get those issues to read what I thought was the last time we'll ever see Clark Kent Superman.
Yeah, it was crazy times, man.
It was, man. It was. Was that right? Was that before? That was before the death of Jean Grey, right?
No.
Or was it after? It was after, right? Well, what was it?
Which death of Jean Grey?
Well, I'm talking about the long period.
No, that was after. That was way after.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what I was talking
about. She was still dead during that time.
Yeah.
Okay, tight. I have 10 sisters and 8 brothers I've never seen in over 35 years. Whoa. You know what's the best gift for a family that you've never seen before? Comic books. Just saying.
The Wednesday pool list. Thank you for dropping by. I'm gonna get through these a little quicker. What's going on? Wednesday's pool list. Oh, that's gonna be a question. So we got that. But what's up, brother? Yep. Thank you guys for dropping by. If I don't get to the chat in time, I'm just trying to focus on Bob right now. Ask him the questions, pick his head, see where he's going, see where he's gonna take us. Mo, what you got?
Yo, and I know everybody wants to know about this, and Bob's gonna drop some knowledge. Here we go. Next question. How do you feel about Diamond being the only distributor?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Basically, it is like a monopoly, and personally, I'm kind of more of the anti-corporation kind of guy. But starting a new thing in the middle of a pandemic, when stores are closed and can't get books, and people are losing jobs, people are dying. To try to start something new in the middle of that is kind of ridiculous. And, it's not something Royal is going to be participating in. It's just there's not enough incentive to make it work. And to try to start this new Comic Tuesday, it's just the wrong time. Stores have enough on their minds to worry about with just keeping the lights on, keeping their employees paid. To start something new that really doesn't benefit you in any way. It doesn't benefit any store to have to pay more in shipping, as well as give a bunch of ordering information to your competitors. So it's just the wrong time, and I think they really maneuvered wrong on it. It's not helping the people it should have. Whereas, say what you want about Diamond, they went on pause, they held accounts, they stopped distributing, and they started again, and it's a much better time to start. But they stopped, they paused, and let the stores, catch up. We didn't know what was going to happen day by day. Were we getting books? Are we getting books?
So did they communicate with you, or you had to reach out to them?
Oh, it was back and forth. There was a little bit in the beginning. There was a little bit of mystery because like even they didn't know what they were doing. You know, nobody did. And then like once you started seeing that like ripple effect, you know, like you guys, either one of you ever read The Nail, Superman, the Justice League, The Nail?
The Nail. It sounds so familiar. I'm not
like
sure.
Worlds where like Superman never arrived on Earth supposedly, but there's like a poem and it's like, for the want of a nail, a shoe was lost. For the want of a shoe, a horse was lost. For the want of a horse, a battle was lost. For the want of the battle, the kingdom was lost. All for the want of a nail.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like this ripple effect. Like, how are stores going to pay for books that they can't sell because they're closed and people are told to stay home? And even the people that have the ability to leave home and go get stuff might not have jobs or money to get it. So there was that mystery. I would say the first 2 weeks, it was a little spooky. And then like once the information was being passed around and there was a lot of back and forth input between stores and Diamond, that led to like a comparable resolution where we were okay, you know?
Yeah.
It was weird.
So do you guys communicate with other shops to see what's going on as well, or it's just like more straightforward to the distributor and whoever?
Well, like in this day and age, as soon as like one person knows something, everybody does.
Okay, yeah.
Like I'm not a part of it, but like there's various Facebook groups for retailers, so information gets passed along very quickly. Personally, we're always in touch with various shops. We're friends with a lot of them. We've been working with Bulletproof and other ones to get like their variant covers here. We sold some on the live sales, you know, like to keep just money moving in the community. You know, there were a lot of stores. We were lucky. We were able to do the live sales to get by. That was just like necessity is the mother of all invention. We got the notice from the city that we had to shut down, and we were all here, and we just thought of like, let's just do a quick live sale. Let's not just close the door. Let's see, you know, like let's see if we could get people what they want, and at the same time, like, you know, scurry to get some money just in case everything's shut down forever. And we didn't anticipate any of this, and the reaction to it was amazing. A lot of people bought stuff. A lot of people were interested. I was running around the store with my phone like a maniac, looking at different things, and our customers just like pulled through, like out of nowhere. And like that's where that family aspect comes in. Like they're thanking us for like selling them comics, and we're thanking them for like, well, now we can pay the rent.
Yeah.
You know, now we can keep the lights on, you know? And like, that's what it is. This is a family business. There's no like, you know, like besides that, you know, we like to eat.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a little scary, but like the customers wanted more. You know, like we got DMs, when are you doing this again? We didn't think we were going to do it the first time. So overnight, like we turned the shop into a home shopping network shipping company. Like you guys, I won't even show you the store right now. Like the tables are all, there's piles of books ready to ship, waiting payment. We have all different tables set up for the way we display stuff. The store is completely different, and it was born out of that necessity. Like, you know, like for sure, you know, like you got to evolve. Like you got to move with the times. You know, we can't do pickups. We can't have anybody in the store. You know, these are state rules. The governor said this. This isn't, you know, we get phone calls and DMs like asking us when we're going to open again, and we'd love to have a solid answer, but it's not up to us.
So, Bob, you pretty much answered this question, but
sorry.
No. I think you already answered it, but I might ask it a little bit differently. Is it
Sure.
safe to say that your store is holding up well right now? because of what you guys have done during that time. So, or you guys are doing well enough right now that you can hold on to the store just a little bit longer, or well enough right now that we need the store to open up soon to get going. You know what I mean?
Right now, with the live sales, and now this week, this coming Wednesday, will be the first shipment of new stuff.
Okay.
So that's giving us a source of income. So that we made it to this point solely on live sales is like not only just like amazing for us, and it's a testament to our customers. Like they literally kept us afloat. You know, like the idea of it was so scary in the beginning that like we didn't know what was going to happen, and to see it just keep rolling forward and having these live sales and focusing, you know, we adapted, you know, and that's the only thing you can do. Like we did the first live sale kind of sloppy, you know, we didn't know what we were doing. Then we got into a rhythm. We got into breaking it down into sections. We got it down to, like, you could see on here, like we got letters. So you could claim the letter and don't have to waste time writing Amazing Spider-Man variant number 4, you know. And
okay.
It's just one of those things that I can understand where, like, other stores that don't have like the staff that we do, that family aspect. You know, like, we're all in this together. Like, if one of us gets sick, we're all going to get sick. You know, so we had to do it as a group, as safe as possible, and that's what we did. You know, and like that's the scary thing too. Like, if we all got sick, you know, like we were following the rules as much as far as possible, because any threat to like our physical safety in terms of like getting sick is a threat to all of us, and that's a threat to the whole store. You know, it's not like, oh, like a few employees at Walmart got sick. It's like, no, everybody in the store got sick. So we really battened down the hatches and hoped for the best, and it really worked out. And the only thing I could keep doing is thanking guys like you, all our customers. Elite Comics did like a remedy tour on Instagram where he was going from shop to shop and, like, you know, doing live sales and helping out stores. It's this whole like pay it forward thing that you find in the comic community that's amazing, and it's really helping out. You know, if a store contacted us and needed so and so books, they were out in the mail. If we needed something, we got it from them. And that camaraderie is really what's like keeping everybody afloat. We love it, and we thank everybody so much.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear that you guys are doing well, that the community, you know, they were there, still willing to buy everything, willing to, you know, just support the comic book shops. Because that was the thing going around the whole community, around like the whole world, is like, hey, listen, how do we help our local comic book shops? What can we do? What is it that we can do to actually help, like, at least generate some revenue? Because we understand how it is. We know that's the way it goes.
Well, you know, like, we have our shop and we have our customers, but like there's things like any customer, you know, like if we're reaching a wider audience, they want to help their local comic shops, gift cards, buy gift cards. You're just investing for the future stuff. You know, but like those stores could use that cash now. A lot of stores have gift cards, either handwritten ones or digital ones. You know, you get one of those, you use it when they're open and save them, but they get the cash now. So that's a vital part of a way you could help like a local business. Contact them, find out, you know, pick up the phone, email them, find out, ask them questions. They might have all different sorts of deals for you. You know, a lot of places have different incentives. I know a place that does like back issue bucks, and if you were getting things during the quarantine, they were doubling them. So contact away. We want customers to have books, and we want to stay open. And so does every local comic shop.
No,
You know,
sure.
and that's not just for local comic shop. Any small business, look into it, help them out.
And Bob, because pretty much we're really enjoying the details that you're telling us of what you guys had to do just to stay afloat and how the comic book community helped and how everybody helped out. It's awesome news. Like, what? Just curious. Like during this time, I think this all started when mid March.
Yeah.
The zombie apocalypse started.
Yeah.
March. During this time, was there ever any type of like financial assistance from like the government? I work in fitness and I manage multiple studios, and we're still struggling with with getting some type of help. Was there any type of information like, hey, we can help with this and that, or is it still like waiting around to see what can happen? You know, was there any type of assistance?
We looked into it briefly in the beginning, and it just seemed insurmountable. Like, and that's where it became like, well, what can we keep doing? And you've heard it on the news and everything. Like day 2, the funds are dried up.
Yep.
Like it took 4 days to get into the website. You know, so it was one of those things like in certain time, you know, you can't always rely on stuff like that.
I agree.
And you know, you gotta like, you know, we had to fend for ourselves, and we just found a way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, you know, those live sales, I can't express like when we saw the DMs coming in, and everybody excited about it, and you know, we were digging up stuff like Tom. How many you both use? How you both have been in the store? Do you guys know where our set section was?
Yo, what section?
Exactly, our set section. Comic set. That's my point. Like we sold stuff that, like, you know, it was such a the store like is busy. People come in, they're usually in a rush. They get their new books, look around for a few minutes, and then bounce. We were able to like curate. You know, I went in the basement, pulled up 4 long boxes of comic book sets. They've been sitting in the store for over a year. And
so it helped you clear out space as well.
Right. And like people finally getting stuff that like A, they always wanted, didn't know we had, or B, didn't know they wanted, didn't know we had. You know, like you know, like we have I'm looking at over 40 long boxes of wall books to my left. Now, the average person is not going to go through that in one visit. They're either going to come in and go for what they know they need, or just glance through it real quick. You know, now we're laying them out one book at a time. You know, people are seeing things that they've never seen before, not just in the store, but in the real world. You know, like they didn't, you know, like didn't know that title existed, didn't know that cover existed, didn't know that character was in that book at that time. So it was fun. We got to talk about books more. You know, like you said, we're always so busy here, and we feel bad that we can't spend so much time with the people who we want to. Yeah. The customers that come in and want to talk. And it's, even though it was through phones on a screen and typing and joking, it was so much fun. Everybody had a good time. And you talk about family, like we're seeing like customers that have been in this store together hundreds of times and never spoke are now friends on Instagram, on Facebook, because they participated in those live sales. They made jokes with each other. Who likes the same characters? You know, that's what this whole thing is built on, is that camaraderie, that friendship. And just to see it like blossom so awesomely in the middle of like a pandemic, like a literal zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. And
people like, no, we love you guys. We want to support you. What have you got for us? We want more. That was beautiful. Awesome. We had a few customers donate to the store money to pay for other people's comics who may have lost their jobs or something. Like, that's nuts.
That's amazing. That's a story. Write a book. Royal
we didn't
Collectible, write a book.
We didn't ask anybody to do that. That was customers volunteering to do that. That's the comic book industry. That's comic book fans. You know, there's a reason. You know, sorry, go ahead.
No, those are the stories that I'm hoping that whenever we get to that point that this ends, which I'm hoping is soon, that everybody is aware of these stories. Like, hey, it's little things like this. It kind of shows the good in people. You know what I mean? Because we live in a fucked up world, but also there's a lot of good people that sometimes we don't even hear about. So the fact that there's people paying for others, it kind of like shows. Those are the little things that shows like the good in humanity. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I've never seen it more. Like the emails we get from people, the text, the DMs, not just asking for stuff, but asking if we're okay. Concerned about us, knowing our names, like just things like that. You don't know, like you're not on a first name basis with half the people you meet in stores.
Yep.
But people are like, how's Bob? How's Michelle? How's Tom? It's like, wow. It's really nice to hear. It's really nice to see. We got a lot of people concerned about small businesses and stuff like that, asking for information. How can, is there a place we could donate? Is there some, so many people like asked if like we're doing a GoFundMe, but because of those sales, we didn't have to. Like they really did save us. They really kept everything just, it was moving much slowly, but it kept things moving forward instead of just a standstill and then backward. So like to see, like you said, like it's one of those beautiful moments, and like it's great because like we have this hard like view to the world of like New Yorkers, but man, when there's a crisis, dude, you can't stop
we
us.
got each other's back.
Yeah.
Oh man,
you can't stop us from helping people.
See, and that's the key thing that me and TK were talking about regarding this episode. Hey, we're gonna have somebody who's in the trenches of only actually being part of a comic shop. Meanwhile, we have so many episodes of us comic book fans and collectors asking, like, I wonder what's going on. I wonder how they're going about it. I wonder what's going to happen. And now we have somebody that could like give us that. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be others that see this and it's going to help them, hopefully with their shop to survive. So that's why there's a key thing with this episode, TK, that is like, yo, people are going to see this and they're going to be like, yo, he did that, now I can do it. And you never know, maybe it's not even in comics. Maybe they have a different type of shop that they're trying to and survive, and they can go and be like, you know what, I'm not going to wait around. Let me go and do what I need to do, of course, safely, because, with the guidelines and caution. But these are great stories, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, you just got to move like the way you guys did. I could imagine how it was in the shop in the beginning, especially like, going up with your first Instagram live sale and stuff like that. Like I could imagine how chaotic, going through all the books. I was seeing you guys picking books left to right. And there was books in there that I haven't seen in so many years that I didn't even know. And I've been going to the shop for like ever. And I was like, oh man, you guys had this? You guys had this? And it was cool. It was great seeing all the sales happen and actually everybody supporting the comic book shop, not even in sales, but as well as any other way that they did, the way you explained it.
Yeah, sure.
So that's cool. So what is Royal Collectibles plan now? Like, what is the plan to slowly get back into things? How is it?
Well, now that we're getting new products, we're going to be doing. The plan is, we still can't open. We still can't do curbside. There's like, in the state of New York, they're doing like this tiered opening system. Like if you've been listening to Cuomo, which we have to. Yeah. So we're not there yet. We're thinking it's probably going to be like the middle of June where we could do like curbside pickups. But going forward, we're going to continue with the new stuff like we've been doing the live sales. So we'll have the products, we'll have them out on the shelf. We'll do live, we'll post stuff on Instagram and Facebook of what we got. You can contact us via email, on messenger us on Facebook, DM us on Instagram if you're looking for something, and we'll ship it to you. You know, that's the best we can do right now. We want, you know, it's a hard choice. You know, like we want to be open. You know, we want to see you guys. We want you to come in here, not just, you know, for financial reasons, but that's the part of being here, is that interaction. You know, or else this would be a library. It would be a quiet, dull place. So that being said, we have to be safe. We have to follow the law, and that's the state we live in now. So I understand people's frustrations with it, and you know, like people. I don't think there's going to be a day anytime soon where we could just swing the doors open and everybody could come running in. You know, it's not that type of situation. So it's going to be tiered. It's like, first we're going to be getting new products. We'll be able to ship. Then there'll be curbside pickup. You know, we'll make safety marks outside. People can line up 6 feet apart. Tell us what you want at the door. We'll grab it for you. Then there'll probably be, you know, you could open, but there's going to be a maximum amount of people allowed per store. So we'll put marks on the floor at 6 foot intervals. Yeah. You know, give people maybe a time limit to be in the store so we could keep people moving. You know, and then eventually, when this is beaten, you know, doors will be open and everybody can come in. And we want that.
With what you were just saying, Bob, especially with the plan that Cuomo put up, are you guys? There's 4 phases. Do you guys know where you fit into those phases?
I believe. Damn, I forgot which way it goes.
What would you consider?
I think we're phase 2. I think we're phase 2, non-essential retail.
Okay, so that would be. So May 15th started phase 1. If that goes well, which is a 2-week, and then 2 weeks, then it will be around June, middle July that phase 2 would kick in. You know what I mean?
And that's probably when we'll be able to do curbside pickup.
Oh, okay. So it's just right now. It's all depending on how everything.
Everything we're talking about changes tomorrow. You know, like.
You know, oh shit. With that being said, just out of curiosity, especially since you're in the comic book trenches and everything, would you have any idea what like Marvel, DC, and the indies, like what they're up to? Like what are they trying to do? Like what to make everything work out, you know?
Who is that?
Like Marvel, DC, indie comics.
I feel like just to. It was one of those things that this was so across the board that I think everything got paused. But I think it is going to lead to some changes down the line in the industry. You know, well, for one good thing, I don't think we can accept late art as an excuse for a late book. These guys had plenty of time to catch up. So I think more steady.
I definitely hope they did not sleep on it, and
they actually,
like you have to stay home with your pencils and paper. You know, like that's what they were told. So like, hopefully we'll see more books on time. I think there's going to be
no drawing in the office.
Yeah, right. You know, like. But I think we'll see like a scale back in titles. I think they'll drop off a lot of the lower selling ones. We're going to have to see what effect this had on that end as it comes out. And I'm talking about how Marvel, DC, and the bigger independent titles are going to handle their reaction to it. A lot of the smaller indie companies, I think they'll probably switch to, you know, self distribution of some sort. But the major ones
what does that mean for you, Bob? What does that mean for Royal Collectibles when it comes to self distributors and all of that?
It all boils down to like, are we going to get the same cost and the same shipping, and is it worth it for us to carry the book, depending on how many people want it?
Oh, okay.
So that's a big factor. If I don't want to use any particular company's name, but let's say like company A is selling a book to us that's going to cost us, by the time we factor in shipping for the amount that we need, we're probably not going to make any money on it. So if we're only going to get,
from my understanding is that you guys are going to have to spend more now to get books than before, because before it was just one distributor, but now people want to break up and have their different distributors, unless it's the same price, like you said. But like,
if there's an industry standard set, if there's a competitiveness to it, that would be great. But it gets tricky in terms of like, you want to support smaller companies and smaller places, and we try our best here, but what it comes down to is, what's on paper. You can't justify ordering 100 copies of a book if you have 3 people subscribing to it.
Definitely. So the way you go by it, are you going by your whoever has a pull list right now? Like, how are you going to determine your numbers when it comes to getting books?
The pull list is a rough guide. We could judge popularity by that. We have X amount of subscribers. Why collect Batman? 50, 60 get Batman every month. So we know, like, all right, we definitely need to order 50 or 60 Batman. When it comes to newer stuff, that's also by, in the age of the internet, we get constant emails from people, sometimes before things are even available to order. We can't even put them in the system. That's how far in advance the general public gets knowledge. We get requests for titles that aren't in Diamond yet because they announced it. Like Heavy Metal, the new DC book. They announced that so long ago. It wasn't until I think like last week we were able to manipulate the orders. Yeah. So going forward, it's going to be a tighter ship. That's the only thing we could do. Is we have to recoup our losses from being shut for so long, and the only way to do that is to like trim the fat. So if there's not a demand for a book, we're not going to be able to stock it so abundantly on the shelves. So like say in the case of Batman, where we would order 60 for the customers and then say, all right, let's get another 40 for the shelf. Like we might have to drop that down to, all right, let's just order 75, get 15 for the shelf, Yeah. So it's just a matter of trimming the fat and trying to keep those expenses down however you can. So if a company switches to a thing that's more expensive in the long run for us, it's going to be harder for us to support that.
Definitely. That makes a lot of sense.
If it was other time, if there were any other time, last year, a year before, people started shifting around and doing self-distributing, because we deal with self-distributing all the time. It's not uncommon. There's a lot of smaller comic companies and just regular Joes putting out their own books that contact us by phone. We're not talking to a corporation. We're talking to some guy who him and his friend made comics, and they'll drive. But the difference with that is they'll drive from Jersey and drop them off. We don't pay for shipping. But when you're talking about a company, like that's a big factor now. Like going forward, we don't know what the economy is going to be like. We don't know how much extra money people are going to have to spend. These live sales worked, and I think part of the reason why they worked is most people budget into their weekly expense comics. So Diamond, by going on pause, there were no new comics. So you had that money in your budget. People were just buying old comics, older collectibles, things they probably wanted before, but were too busy buying new books to get. So going forward, if there's a strong economic thing and we'll support any self-distributing company that we can. But if it's a weak time and, you know, like we're literally pinching pennies, it's going to be hard to.
Of course. It's definitely it's a sad place to be in right now.
Yeah, and like again, like you know, we're a small segment of small businesses. You know, there's not a lot of comic shows. This isn't just happening to us. This is happening to businesses across the spectrum. You know, so it's going to be a strange time for a while, I think. You know, you're going to hear of places that just disappear. You know, it's happened before. You know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the sad truth of it is that some shops are going to go down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that is the truth. But it's going to be sad. Again, it's going to be sad shops. It's going to be sad that comic shops are closing, but it's going to be sad that shops in general are closing. It's going to be across the board.
Yeah,
of course.
It's going to be a strange time when things get. It's weird. We keep saying it gets back to normal.
We don't see it like that no more, right? Like, is there going to be a normality once again? Not in the near future. I'll tell you that.
I don't think so. I don't think, like, you know, like, I get what people want. You know, we all want it, but like, there's a science to what's going on, and you gotta like follow that science. And it's not like you said, like this could all change if they relax these laws a bit, and there's another big outbreak. We're going to be shut down again. So like following, you know, like it's one of those things. It's like anybody who knows me know it's hard for me to even just say, you know, like follow the rules. That's not who I am. But like in this case, you kind of gotta. You know, like I get, you know, people want to be free, you know, don't want to go out, want to party. We all do. We all want to do stuff. You know, people complain like, you know, like I don't like wearing a mask. It's uncomfortable. Well, you wait until you're in a ventilator. Wait until they have to intubate you. That's just a lot more uncomfortable.
You know what it is? That there's also a lot of conspiracies out there that are scrambling people's brains and stuff like that, and it's just hard to see what to believe. But Mo, I'm gonna go through the chat real quick. All right, I'm gonna go through the chat real quick just to say what's up, just to see everything. All right, guys.
Great stuff, Bob. Great stuff.
What we got here? What's up? What's going on with the Wednesday pull list? So what is, you know, if you can just answer that for one of the guys in the.
Oh, sure. They're Diamond shipping books again. They're and again in a good way. They're easing into it. So it's not like we're gonna get all the books and get rocked with bills, and your pull lists are gonna be filled up with like thousands of books in a week. So they're starting out small and they're slowly building up steam as more stores and more states are able to reopen and do stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a small amount of books coming out this week. Do you want me to read them out?
Sure. If you don't mind, you can do that as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob's from Royals Collectibles will be reading out the pull list, so get ready.
All right. So
there he is.
Okay. Bang #1, Batman '89, third printing. Giant size Batman #4. The Batman Last Night on Earth hardcover. Buffy the Vampire Slayer #14. Daphne Byrne #4. Deceased Unkillables #3. The final issue. Deadly Class 44. Doctor Who. The 13th Doctor Season 2 #4. Dollhouse Family #6. Dreaming #20. Goon #10. Gotham High trade paperback. Green Lantern by Jeff Johns trade paperback, book 3. Jim Henson Storyteller #2. Justice League 44. The Justice League Dark trade paperback volume 3. Justice League Odyssey #20. Kill Whitey Donovan #5. Something called Lost Carnival, a Dick Grayson graphic novel. I'm not even sure what that is, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah, that does sound interesting.
Ludocrats #1. Unsacred #5. Nightwing number 70, second printing. Outcast number 45. Plunge number 3. Red Hood Outlaw number 45. Red Sonja number 15. Savage Dragon 248. Star Wars Adventures Clone Wars number 1. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen number 10. Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark Witching Hour trade paperback. Something called Year Zero number 1. And Young Justice League Young Justice trade paperback volume 1 Gem World. That's coming out. It's nice
there
amount.
It is, guys. There it is.
I think there's some more merch coming out too. We'll know more about that when it gets there. Sorry, I just dropped the phone.
Now that he went through that, okay, let's go through the chat room to see if there's any questions or anything the guys want to ask about
Sure.
himself.
Yep, for sure. So we got one thing. I support my local comic book shop 150%. Carolina Chris. Yeah, man, that's what we got to do. Support whoever we can support. Actually, man, my homeboy is a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. I don't know nothing about it neither. Never watched a single episode.
I know, me neither, man.
I get attacked every time.
What's up? For everybody that's just tuning in or just arriving to this live stream, we're here sitting down talking. Bob from Royal Collectibles, Queens, New York, Metropolitan, and also Astoria as well,
Yep.
right, Bob?
Yep. Astoria.
That's awesome. John's Comics for Kids. He said, "What's up? What's up, everyone?" Again, if you guys have any questions you would like to ask Bob, feel free. I think he's down to answer questions, right, Bob?
Yeah. Let's go away. It doesn't have to be about like all this like coronavirus stuff and business. Ask whatever you want.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna move on to other subjects, but Bob, thank you for sharing your input on everything. Thank you. That was a lot of inside information that we knew there was a crisis. Obviously, we knew things were going on, but we don't know exactly what goes on behind the curtains. So
yeah, it's one of those things, and we feel the same way too. Like me and Diana will be walking the dog, and all of a sudden be like, "Oh, what about so and so? I hope he's okay." We'll remember a customer that like we haven't seen in a live sale, haven't seen since the door shut, and like you worry, like it's rough times. It's scary.
Definitely. We got Art Chemist. He was like, "My dude, Manny NYC and Biggs Comics always speak good about Royal Collectibles."
That's nice to hear.
It's a great place to be at. Greetings, community. People just tuning in, saying what's up. Dark Phoenix Saga was so fire.
Very true.
Maybe we'll talk about later that Dark Phoenix movie that I finally saw yesterday.
God, have you watched it, Bob?
Yeah.
Start my Star Wars journey tonight. Oh wow, sausage party.
Okay. So
with my biggest gripe with Diamond is that we have all these videos on how to ship your comics, and they are the worst at shipping comics.
Oh my God, that's never been a more true statement.
Guy, just looking to see if anybody have any questions. Again, thank you everyone for dropping by.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
To show you how on point and how professional we are, we were like, we're gonna get to these questions, and maybe after the hour we'll go into topics. So guess what? We hit that 1 hour mark, and we are on point.
Yep, yeah. We're about to definitely. We're about to jump into today's pop culture stuff. What's going on? Yep. Everybody, what's up? All right. Let's get into it. What's the first topic? What do you guys want to talk about, Mo? What you got?
Do you guys want to talk about TV shows, movies, or comic book stuff? You guys can put something there. I have some topics here. Maybe Bob got some topics you want to talk about. Maybe TK got some, but I got a few things here or something. But what do you guys want to hear first? Comment below.
Down for anything. Yep.
Do you want to start? Do we just start with TV shows?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So again, Bob, I don't know if you're into Star Wars or stuff like that. Like me, like I know I I know enough, but I will never say I'm a big, like, as I'm into like X-Men and stuff, I'll never say I'm a Star Wars side, but The Mandalorian season 2 won't be delayed, and Boba Fett will pop up in season 2. Won't be delayed.
Well, that's good news.
That's very good news. That show was amazing.
Right?
Yes. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Again, and this is coming from somebody that I've seen the movies, but they kept telling me, watch the Mandalorian. You'll love the Mandalorian. And I kept pushing, and then I watched it. Oh, TK was talking to all the time. It's like, oh, this episode is great. Oh, this is that. It's way better than what I expected.
Yeah, it definitely, like, it not only just me personally, but like I know so many people that saved Star Wars, like as a fandom, I think, because a lot of people were at like low points, and a lot of people, were just like, there was that I forgot what they call it, like a Star Wars lull that happened after like Solo came out. Like everybody was just like down on Star Wars, and like I was at the point where I was like when it came out, I was like, all right, whatever. And then hearing what people were saying about it, like I watched it and I loved it. Me and Diane binged it all in one day.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like it was nuts. I forgot why. There was a reason. We happened to be off the same day and had nothing to do, and we just went right through it. It was awesome.
But the fact that the thing is this, like people binge TV shows. But the TV show is good if you could binge it in 1 to 2 days. That tells you, like, you gotta watch. You gotta keep watching it. Because there's good shows that you could be like, hey, I'm gonna watch 2 to 3, that's it. And I'm gonna save it for the next day. But if you're like watching it's must see.
Yeah, or the show's like formulaic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so each episode's almost the same. It's like, oh, okay, they're gonna get in their car and go fight crime, And that is just like, you didn't know what was happening scene to scene, let alone episode to episode.
Yes. The Mandalorian, it's such an amazing TV show. And I always spoke about like, hey, Star Wars needs to expand. How was Star Wars such in a bubble? Like it was such in a bubble for no reason. Like, why are you in this bubble of the Skywalker saga? Why are we still here talking about Luke and everybody like this? Don't get me wrong; those are legends, and those I think it would have been better off if they would just put out like, hey, he went over there and that's it, and then we would have. But then we get into these other films that it has its fan base too, so I can't talk too much about it. But I just disliked it, and then I was like, listen, they gotta expand. They can do so much. They got so much storytelling. They have so many comic books behind it as well. They got so many things, so much material to go by and to see and to expand. And what they come out with, they drop a Mandalorian, the Mandalorian, and people went crazy. Like, I want my Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The phone. We were keeping track and keeping numbers of like how many people called to ask if we had anything Baby Yoda, and there was nothing. And it was like, even like Mike, he couldn't think of a time where there was a popular Star Wars concept that there wasn't already existing merchandise for. Like usually before a movie's out, before a cartoon's out, all the toys are out, all the cups are at 7-Eleven.
It was so weird. It was so weird.
There was nothing Baby Yoda. Nothing. And people were going bananas. Like just like old ladies walking in the store looking for kids for their grandson, getting mad because we didn't have it, storming out. Like what an icon that became instantly.
That lets you know what impact that show had, that people needed that. No, go ahead.
Continue.
No. Well, the reason why I'm bringing up TV shows as to it not being delayed is obviously we're in a quarantine and we need TV shows, and there was a lot of TV shows that were delayed. Another TV show today that was announced that was a big deal that's officially going to be released July 31st, 2020 is the season 2 of the Umbrella Academy.
Nice.
That was another, me, myself, my family, brother, and all that. We're big My Chemical Romance fan. We always knew that this guy had created this comic and all that stuff. So when the show came out, huge fan, wanted to watch it. I waited, and I remember telling TK, said, "Yo, remember TK, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it."
Like for 3 episodes straight, you bothering me about it. And I was like, I'll go check it out.
Well done too. That was a great adaptation of the comic, man. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
You know, and like that's the good thing is like hearing the end of it now, all the stuff that is coming back, all the things that are starting to move forward. It's all good news.
So with that, we got. I already said Mandalorian's come. It's on point. I mean, they're like, whichever I'm not mistaken, they said it was always gonna be in fall. So September, October, season 2 will be released. In the summer, we got the Umbrella Academy season 2, but for those that are fans, all the CW DC shows, those are being pushed to 2021.
Really?
Yeah.
All of them are being pushed to 2021. Listen, even though I have my views on the shows, we spoke, me and TK have spoken about it. You know, the reason why it's kind of like, man, that kind of sucks because we don't know how long we're gonna be in quarantine for. You know what I mean?
Is it pushed because they still need to do, like, they still need to go on set and act it out and stuff like that, or is it pushed because the TV shows intertwine with each other and they can't just put one out and not the other?
It's for both reasons. It's one, a majority of shows are not done filming their seasons, and also they intertwine. So there's certain shows that are already done filming, but cannot be broadcast until a certain show is finished. Yeah. So it's for both reasons. So they just gonna wait all the way to 2021 to release everything else. So that's pretty much what I have for TV shows.
Let me hit this chat up.
I'm not surprised.
So Carolina Chris 26, he has a Supernatural 20 question contest this Saturday at 9 p.m. Check his channel out. Yo, I've been slacking a little bit, but Mo's about to pick it up for me, right, Mo?
I hope so.
I know people have been studying back and forth for this. Hey, Bob, do you watch any Supernatural?
I watched a lot of it. My wife loves it. So I love it.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's having a contest. So
I missed the last couple of seasons. I think she's fully caught up. But it was a fun show to watch, man. They did some cool stuff. Once it got past that, like, Monster of the Week stuff, it was similar. Like, it reminded me of, like, X-Files, where, like, the first couple of seasons were just, like, Monster of the Week, and then they got into the overall story. So when, like, Lilith and Cain started showing up, and one brother was dead, the next is resurrected. Then when it got to there, that's when I was loving it. Like really cool stuff.
I big Supernatural fan here, TK2. Caroline and Chris, I hope one of the questions will be, how many times have the brothers made a deal to save themselves, save each other?
Yeah, it's crazy. Let me see. Going back to that diamond thing, our chemist had to say diamond ruins business at time because you place these orders way before FOC. You wait till your best clients, you will get first dibs, and also people who pop in once in a while. And then when you receive your package, the books are bent, the spines and corners are damaged.
No.
Oh God!
It's an ongoing problem. We're lucky. I've seen pictures from other stores in other regions. The Northeast region is pretty good with the shipping and the packing. Don't get me wrong; we get lots of damages, but I've seen things like you wouldn't believe from other places. It's so disappointing, especially when it's a title people want. I'm a reader. We have a lot of people who are just speculators and investors, where the condition of the book is key. And I completely understand that. Everybody wants their 9/8, and these comics. I think people like to understand. Like, you hear it a lot. We hear it a lot. It's like, oh, like this comic is like, it's been in this bag, it's never been touched. Like, I can't tell you how many hands a comic book has been through before it gets on the shelf. You're talking the printer, the distributor, the packer, and then like being shipped by however they get it to UPS, and then from UPS to us. So like they're moved around a lot. It's not like we print them here.
Damn, and I feel like I'm like the second one to touch it.
Nah. So like, like they've been moved around. So like sometimes like we get a package that's just banged up, and like all the spines of a book, they're all completely damaged. There's nothing we can do about it. We got to wait. Sometimes it takes 2 weeks to get replacements.
I mean, if I'm paying a lot of money for an expensive book, then I understand. But my books don't have to be a 9.8, but they have to be presentable. They have to look like at least a new book, because that's about it. That's my only thing with it. I'm not a very stiffer for like a 9.8. I need my books to be 9.8 at all times. Don't touch it with gloves even before.
No, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody has their own personal tolerance level, I guess, for like a damaged book, and everybody has the right to get a perfect book. Like, you're paying full price. You're paying cover price for it. Sure. If you went anywhere, if you went to any place and you've done it, everybody's done it. You go to the store and there's a whole row of aspirin, and the first one is dented. You're gonna move that box of aspirin over and take the one from the back.
Always. Always.
It doesn't matter what the product is. Everybody deserves the right to, but sometimes it's just like it's out of our hands. It's impossible. Like it's not like we're hiding them, or we only put out the bad ones. If there's bad books on that shelf, there's worse ones going back. Like sometimes, like, we know customers want to read, so we'll put the best of the worst out for the readers. So if you see a couple of books on the shelf and they got like things in the corners, that means there's like 15 more downstairs that are bent in half.
Oh boy. Jeez.
Definitely. That's crazy. Fun Comics 814, he goes, my comic shop is open Friday through Sunday. Mask required, but it's open.
We're hoping to get there. Yeah, we're hoping to get there.
Hopefully. It's just New York City. We live in New York City, guys.
That's
one of the main problems as well for us.
We're not spaced out. We're on top of each other.
Mo is right next door right now.
Yo, give me 5, TK.
Well, I'm gonna put my hand. Wait, this way, Mo.
Wait.
There you go. The bam. That's so weird. Anyways, if they fix that, they would have more happy LCS. He's talking about Diamond, of course. I mean,
shipping,
definitely. Mark, what is up, man? Thank you for joining us. He's from Australia, Bob.
Whoa,
so he's coming from all the way from Australia. These are old messages. I just wanted to make sure I get through them. I want to give the community their respect.
Let's get through all of them, and then we'll go on to, since we did TV shows, we could go movies.
Yeah, definitely.
That's sad to hear, Mark, man. That sucks.
My LCS yesterday confirmed they're permanently closed and will only be operating online with back issues and existing team.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a shutdown.
Yeah,
right? It's a shutdown, and I guess they're gonna try to move everything they already have.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were doing through the live sales. Like like that's the thing. Like we want, like I keep saying, like we want to sell people stuff. When the UPS guy showed us, like on his thing, it says "Do not deliver." Like New York is taking it very seriously. If you're not an essential business, you cannot get stuff delivered to you. They're not playing around. They wanted to free up every system to deal with, essential stuff. So now that it's slowly rolling back in and we're getting stuff, we'll survive. A place like that, you don't know what their situation is. You don't know what their rent is. You don't know what they're on like. You don't know what their staff is. What if it's just one guy? We have Nick, who's running the store pretty much by himself. He's got 2 employees working from home as best they can, and it's killing him. He's doing. We break up the stuff here. Diane does a lot of the Diane does all the shipping. Every package that goes out of here, Diane made. And it's a system that we have from how we sort it, who takes the payment. Michelle's doing all the background work with matching up Venmo payments and PayPal payments. We had to develop a whole new system. Nick copied that system to a certain degree, but he's got to do it mostly by himself. I go over there to help him with live sales, but he's doing the packing, he's doing the sales, he's doing the matching up. Some places might not just have the capability to do that. We're lucky. We have an active relationship with our postal worker. He lets us know when he's coming. He'll ask us, do you want me to come a little later so you can get a few more packages together? That's nice. Some people don't have that luxury. Yeah. We're very lucky.
Let me see what we got here. TK's Batcave. Are you reading the chat as well? Question mark. That's somebody that's furious in the chat.
I'm sorry. That's my fault. I ramble.
Yeah, so we're just taking it slow on the chat because we definitely want to get a lot of information out. But now I'm gonna attack the chat, see how much I can take down. Good evening, Mark. Unfortunately, they had thousands of uncollected issues in pool boxes. Thousands. Oh man, I've asked if they can be released and a short box dog be organized. I'll see what they say. Oh man, that's crazy. Thousands of books. I mean, I could imagine. What's up, TK? What's up, Mo? Ben Compton, what is up? Again, if you guys don't know, we got a special guest from Royal Collectibles teams right there. Bob himself, the man himself.
From our favorite comic shop that we've gone to for years, Royal.
This was the conversation. Are you going to Royal? Yeah, man, I'm gonna go after I pick up Mo.
No, call me, TK, call me. Go, ring. Yo, what's up, TK?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Not much. Are you going to Royal?
I'm already here.
That's how it was the whole time. It was awesome. We always
This is the stuff we like to hear. Like we like to hear that, like, we're such a part of people's lives. Like people like to come here. There's a lot of times we don't even know, like, people are friends that they come separately.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day they just like walk in together. It's like, you two know each other? It's like, yeah, we go to school together.
Like, I don't even think anybody knew we were cousins until we were
no idea.
They knew we knew each other because the last time we went in, we came in holding hands.
Oh man. Let me see here. Let me get through a chat. What's up? Here we go. RCD Collector. How's Bob doing? I miss him. I used to come in the store every week back when they used to be a thing, and I haven't seen anyone from there in so long.
RCD, how are you, pal? How's everything going? I miss you guys too. I see you in the live sales. I know you got something, so at least we've been able to keep in contact that way. When you come back in, be sure to say hi to your dad for me. And we miss you guys too. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Here's a question, Bob. I heard you have blank covers.
Oh yeah, at the store, yeah.
So
shoot us a DM or email which ones you're looking for, if there's any in particular. If not, shoot us an email or a DM in any way, and I can tell you what we have.
Perfect. So will you take, like, let's just say if anybody had questions about any books, just DM you and email you, or?
Yeah, that would be the best way. Either DM the Instagram account or email us at royalcomicsny@gmail.com. And, send us a list if you're looking for certain particular things, general questions. You want to fill in some lists. We got plenty of back issues. Everybody's been on quarantine. You should all be organizing your books.
Yeah.
I know you guys missed some here and there. Everybody's got that run where it's like, oh no, I don't have 17. We might have it. Let us know.
Oh yeah, that's cool to know. That's cool. We got Not Near Mint, my homie. He's like, just got off a broadcast with Bub, my birthday today, and finished off my X-Men 94 to 300 today. So he finished
Yeah.
that 94. That's an accomplishment right there. And happy birthday, Rob.
Happy birthday, Rob.
TK, you're killing me, Smalls. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get to the chat. Can't do both at once. Stephanie, happy birthday.
The chat, while he's doing that, I'm also looking to see how far we are to getting updated. So then I'm gonna give TK a thumbs up, like we're almost there. So keep going, TK.
Yeah. Let me know, because right now I'm on StreamYard, so it's a little slow as well. I've been buying back issues during all of this. Hey,
that's what to do. Help your comic shop and get older books. There's so many out there. You don't have them all.
You don't have them. Yeah, exactly. You don't have them all. So fill up your house. Fill up at least one room. You'll be good. Discovery Bay Comics. Thank you, brother JB, for coming by, hanging out with us. Again, we're with Bob from Royal Collectibles. You can find them on Instagram, Royal Collectibles. I'll put up that little banner real quick. There you go. If you guys ever want to know, and after this, I'll go through the description, write all down everybody's information, make sure it's all there. But what we got here? Jake's never sent me the list of Star Wars, and I need films corrected. Yeah. Let's see. Where am I here? So many people. That's great. It's so
you are JB sub Carolina.
Yeah, everybody's saying what's up to each other. Laugh Aloud special guest Bob. Hey, man. He's an awesome dude. Don't mess with his name. All right.
Yeah, and trust me, you don't want to know the last name, and you wouldn't be able to save it if it was spelled out. So
that name is Robert Reynolds, the Sentry, the Golden Guardian. No.
Chaos and Comics, he goes, so cool of Disney to avoid spoilers by not releasing the child stuff. I mean, I guess that makes sense, right?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, no, I like that. Yeah, or maybe that came out when before. No, like we were impressed with that. Like they kept that under their hat, and it was a big surprise. It was just, like tough to deal with customers on the other end. Like, where's my Baby Yoda stuff?
Is the rest of the community that was left out of the loop that wants everything? I mean, my thing is that why didn't they
ever in your life going into a place, especially a comic book store or a toy store, and asking for a Star Wars thing and nobody has it and they don't make it?
Yeah, I know. Never. Like, that never went down.
Us. We tell them, like, look, you could go other places. They don't make it. Like, oh, you don't have any downstairs? It's like, no.
Let me see. Yeah, they'll go into that business like anything else. There's never been anything like that. Yeah, I mean, I give them props and everything, but why not have everything ready so as soon as it drops?
Oh, yeah. Like, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the independent people making stuff, they made a killing with the Baby Yoda, the yarn Baby Yodas, painting the Baby Yodas, mugs. It was insane.
Yeah. It was like, everybody's like, well, if you guys are not going to put anything out there, we will. Forget the rights. I need mine to be a 10-0. Damn. I don't know about all that, second gun Pedro. What's that? Getting ready to dominate this trivia world. Yo, congrats on that. You guys are doing some crazy competition over there.
Almost there, TK. Almost there.
And all right. Thank you, Mo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You pull this every week or cut it off until you can't afford it. Yeah.
That's very true. Right? Like that's the biggest.
It's important.
Oh, you guys from? Oh, all right. That is important, not near mint. Like, it's the biggest drain on our resources is an unpicked pickup subscription list. We have no problem. We'll hold comics for you as long as we can, as long as you're in contact with us. And like we get ghosted a lot, and comics are ordered 3 months in advance. So if you decide in January, like you're not collecting comics anymore and don't tell us, we're still going to be getting books for you until March. We're laying out money for that. And like, especially with like a smaller, more small business store, like I said before about like trimming the fat and watching your numbers, you're throwing our numbers off. You're personally affecting like the way we do business. And it's one of those things, it's the nice, decent thing to do. Is just let us know. We understand, people's lives change. not just from like the virus and quarantine and losing jobs. People get married, have kids, move. I can't tell you how many people like we call to contact to ask, like, are you still getting your books? We got your subscription going. They're like, oh, I moved to Maryland.
Oh, man.
And we get it. Like that might have been the last thing on your mind, your comic shop, and at some point you thought about it. And again, it's a different world now. Like, just send an email, a DM.
I definitely know you guys are gonna have to call up everybody. I mean, that's what I would do.
We reached out with our subscribers, asking them, like, let us know. Like, we understand. Be serious with us if you can. Continue going forward, and you want to. We ask everybody all the time, like, take a look at your list, trim it down. Don't let your, we don't want anybody to be too embarrassed to call us. Like people get like, we understand. We're people too. You
got your list too. Now imagine.
Oh, I do. Yeah. So it's one of those things, like, it really irks us when people do that to us on a personal level, Yeah. It's just like a little twist, like, you weren't important enough, and like, we don't care. And it's like, meanwhile, we went out of our way to get you these books, hold them for you, keep them safe, and wait for you to pick them up. That's probably, maybe, like you said, we're getting knowledge out there. And like, that's one of the things I want, like, collectors to understand. If you have a pull list and you can't afford it or you don't want it anymore, let the shop know.
Yeah.
Just let them know. It's a phone call. It's an email. No one's going to harass you. We're not going to be like, no, you have to come get these. We can't make you do it. Just let us know.
Good. Some good stuff right there. We got Rico Sucio. He was like, what's up, guys? How are you?
What's up, bro? We here.
What's up, man? Stephanie's talking about chaos not winning that trivia. It's gonna be funny. Fuck the Giants, you do your thing. Thanks, Chris. I would be okay if I cut my pull list to 20% and go almost exclusively back issue. Yeah. I mean, it's hard times for everybody. It really is. And I just want, like you were saying, Bob, like, you guys understand and we understand. So we understand that it's hard for you guys. And you definitely know that it's hard for us to actually, spend the money to actually buy these books. And I guess there are people that probably feel embarrassed to actually cancel their subscription and stuff like that. Yep. So probably his last name.
DK,
all right, cool.
You're close.
I'm making it. I just want to give the guys attention in the community as well. They came out, they actually saw us, they're watching us, and it's pretty cool. And I know they're interested in everything and what's going on. Bob, thank you again for coming through and actually talking to us and hanging out. I'm sorry for bombarding you with so many questions about the shop and how things are going in quarantine, but it's first episode with you on.
Yeah. We talked about doing this, and I hopefully when the store's open, you guys, we could do it from here. I love talking about comics. I'll do it all day.
Hey, you heard it here first. We got that invite. Keep looking for Triple O Star Wars toys and Dr. Afra nothing.
Those are tough ones.
Those are gonna be tough, especially Dr. Afra. Like she's about to blow up. She's definitely getting some crazy things. I always buy everything from my pull list, but they are annoying that you have to know what you want 2 months ahead of time. What if I didn't like issue 1? I'm tied into 3 more issues.
Yeah, that's we're a little lax with that. Like, if you get an issue 1 and you don't like it and you tell us you want to drop it, we're not going to force you to take 2 and 3. We understand, different stores have different policies. We don't take payment in advance, so we don't have to worry about it. It's too complicated. The situation is a lot of stores that you pay in advance for your books. So if you want issue 1, you end up paying for 2 and 3.
Yeah.
We don't follow that system. So like some stores are more flexible than others. We're pretty flexible and stuff like that. And you're right, chaos. It's not the shop's fault. It's the way the system's run. You think after 70 years and all these advances in technology, they could have updated the 3-month thing somehow to make it just a little easier, but it's out of our hands.
For sure. No Good Comics. Thank you for dropping by. He's like, "What's up, guys?" First of all, I want to point out a noise. We got a noise going on. Do you guys hear that?
Good so far.
Okay, it's probably on my side. It's probably on my side, which is good, which is perfect because I don't care if I just hear it. It's like some weird, I don't know, speaker noise. I guess it's my speaker, probably. I don't know, but I guess we're done with the chat, kind of, right? For now, we're good. We're good.
You're up to date, TK. You're up to date. That's it. We did our part.
All right, so let's get into some cool topics. Let's talk about. I got one movie that's been out there for a minute, so I'm gonna start that one off. Have you guys ever heard of a movie called Justice League?
Justice League?
Which one?
So we're talking about that Snyder cut that's never been released, that's been in talks for like so long. It's a trending topic too, though. So what do you guys think about all of that?
I'd love to see the Snyder cut. I was all behind Snyder. I think he had a vision and it was going somewhere, and people were just too impatient to wait it out, and they ended up hacking up so much of it that vision's so lost now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like when I think about the Snyder cut, it's like how much can they do to actually make the movie? Now it has to surpass just good. Like, to me, it has to be really good. Like right now, at this point, it has to, like, the Snyder cut, with all this talk throughout all these years. I'm like, all right, this Snyder cut better be amazing, or really good compared to the Justice League original film.
I know. So remember Marvel's movies and DC's movies. DC's was always had like a little bit of a darker tone. Justice League, I think Snyder had his vision. Bam. But then there were so many people on him telling him, you need to make it a little bit lighter. You need to make it a little bit more humorous. You got to make it like this. And that's what was part of the problem with the movie. So I think the Snyder cut is going to be the one that's like, this is the one I've always wanted to do, before everybody started telling him to edit it. Also, the Snyder cut is probably going to be like 4 hours long, because it's going to be the fully unedited movie.
Yeah.
So for it to have such a big following and a big, like, oh my God, we want the Snyder cut, it better be dope.
It's crazy how big is it? Like, I wasn't even going to talk about it, but I see it every time. And it's like, hey, join the Snyder, community or whatever it's called. Look, we got people in the chat. Justice League ? On purpose ? You're inviting trolls or something? We got Snyder cut talk. Gotta go. Yep. So it's definitely a conversation that is just like, oh man, I'm so over it. Like, I don't even I'm a big Zack Snyder fan, big Watchmen fan, big 300 fan, all these films, but it's just like, dude,
when is it gonna come out?
I don't know. There's talks about HBO being it on HBO, premiering on HBO. I don't know. And it's just
when all this started, I thought the best route, and this is just my opinion, would have been to gone the comic book route. Like, they should have released the Snyder cut in comic book form. Let him finish that story that way, so you could see his total vision. It would have been out and done already.
Well, yeah, because they're saying it's gonna be released by the end of this year. That's too long. I'm in quarantine now. I want to see it now.
I'm telling you, I don't know. I lost interest in that movie so much that it's like, whatever.
Yeah, I understand. I want to see it almost like forensically. Like, it doesn't matter. It's too late now. It's been so long. The whole DC universe moved on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now looking at it, it's more like seeing what it could have been.
Yeah, it's probably gonna make it worse if it's a good movie.
Oh, if it's a good movie, it means everything. Yeah.
It's gonna make everything worse. We're gonna be like, oh man, Ben Affleck Batman, so amazing, and then
I'm hearing that clicking sound now.
you see,
Yeah, it's something that we haven't figured out what exactly causes it. I think you're fine. I think I'm fine. I think TK is fine. I just think it's the service itself of the app, because we all got full service, right? We all got full Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I think it's just the app itself.
yeah.
Release the Snyder Cut. That's it.
Then it's not the Snyder Cut if it's 4 hours. It's the unedited version.
I want the unedited Snyder Cut version that is 6 hours long, because I'm running out of shows to watch.
Yeah, I mean, definitely these shows are leaving. Who would have thought that Netflix, having such a big platform, Hulu, all of these platforms, and we're running out of space. We're running out of things to watch.
I thought it was just me at like 1 a.m. going from Netflix to Hulu to Amazon Prime. Like, there's got to be something I haven't seen or want to see.
Somebody recommended me. I'm searching. I'm very picky, but I've been open. And somebody recommended me to watch a documentary of that's based on a true story of cheerleaders. Which
is it called Tiger King?
Oh yes, Bob. Episode 1 of our talk show.
Oh, we're about to lose everybody in the chat right now.
90%, not on purpose, Bob. 90% Tiger King talk. It went on and on.
I have not watched Tiger King.
Bob?
I refuse to.
Bob, I had no interest in Tiger King. I didn't know who he was. I kept hearing about it. I saw the trailer. I saw the first episode. I was like, I'm in.
No, everybody in my family have seen it. They all talk about it. Everybody in the store has seen it. They've talked about it. I've seen every meme. I really don't think I need to watch it.
It's the number one. TK, can we agree that's the number one biggest shit show out there? It's and then when you think it can't get any crazier, it gets crazier. So if you want something that's out of there, go for it.
It's horrible.
It's a little bit older, you know, but I missed it when it was first out. Did you guys ever watch The Stream?
The Stream.
The Stream. The
Stream?
That's from, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that from FX? It's like a virus or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's amazing.
I remember that.
It's a great. It's 4 seasons. Basically, it's a vampire infestation, but it's treated like it's an infection at first, and it's so like the main character is a doctor from the CDC. His main concern was like tracking down the infection and quarantining people, and the government officials were worried about like shutting down the city and crashing the economy.
Really?
And then it builds into this whole big. It was a really cool take on vampires, a modern view of them. They weren't your typical vampires. They had these long, parasitic tongues that like opened up. Like what should we call it? Like Stranger Things, and like latch onto the neck.
Didn't like the mouth open up too? Something weird.
Yeah.
It was like between like Blade vampires and like the Predator kind of deal going on.
Yeah. And it was really done well. It was all filmed in New York, so it had. I mean, you see locations all over. They shut down New York City. A nuclear bomb goes off like halfway through the show in the city. It gets really intense. It was a real fun show to watch, especially like during quarantine times, because you could like sympathize with what's going on.
What platform was that, Bob?
I just watched it. It was on FX on Hulu.
Okay.
Hulu,
yeah.
Hulu just got all of FX's old shows, and it was on there.
It's probably something. You know what? That's probably something I'll jump on, because I like that stuff that kind of like makes me think. It's like, wow, this could be kind of like real, and it kind of is right now. I just hope we don't get to the point that they blow up. They throw a nuclear bomb on us.
Like it being in New York City, and it's all over New York. Like the main guy lives, the old man lives in the city. The CDC doctor lives in Queens. The rat catcher lives in Brooklyn, and they bounce all over. And it's like right outside our door. You know, it's like pretty cool stuff. You see things that like you see every day. So it's got that little, you know, if you're a New Yorker, it's got that little personal touch to it that makes it a little more creepier.
That's cool. I'll definitely look into that. TK, might looking into that. The Strain. How many seasons are there?
4.
Oh, there we go. So it's 4. I might be done with it in 2 days. What we got, TK? You want to check the chat?
Yeah. I was just looking at what it looked like. So yeah, let me share screen real quick. So the Strain is. This is what you're talking about right here, right?
Yep. Wow, this is so cool.
Look at that picture of the Liberty.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking at that. That's pretty awesome. That's crazy.
Yeah. That coming out of her mouth is actually COVID-19.
The Strain. Wow, look at that. Wow, that looks really, really intense and really cool. Yeah. Something I definitely. I was watching one. I forgot what it was. It was a sickness or a virus that was going on. It was a brother and a sister, but it was in a different language. I think it was like Norwegian or something, or some other language. And it was like the brother got infected, but he's like the host of it all. Like he's the one with the I guess, you know, he's the one that can survive it. I don't know.
Is that The Rain?
The Rain, there you go. Yeah.
I did the same thing. I think I watched like the whole first episode and never followed through. I don't know why. It seemed pretty good.
I mean, my girlfriend put me on, and I kept watching it. And then at the end, I was like, I guess. But it wasn't that it was too bad. It just didn't get like I wish it ended a different way. Season 1, like the episode, but it was okay. We got Aliens 3 original script just got released in comic form. That's cool.
I just pulled those out to read. I just finished it, the set. I didn't reread it yet. I was waiting for it to finish.
Yeah,
I'm real interested in that. That looks really cool.
That's crazy. They're doing the original script for Predator. There's a lot of cool things that they're doing on right now.
Yeah,
that they should have been doing from the beginning. Nah, it's definitely TK. All right, blame it on me, right? Watch Kingdom. Kingdom's another one, Mo, that we've been hearing about for a minute.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that too from a few people.
And I just haven't hopped on it. I haven't seen it yet.
I'm gonna put that on the list of shows because everybody always recommends stuff to us, right? And we're always like, yeah. And then when it's time, when I'm sitting in the couch with my wife, like, what do you want to see? I was like, I have no idea. I can't remember.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. Look for something.
Kingdom. Z collects. Bob. What? Bob, watch Tiger King. It's a must watch, but it sucks. That is the perfect way.
I can bring myself to do it. I really don't think I can.
It's like it gets your attention, but then at the end of the day, at the end of the whole thing, and you finish watching it, you hate everybody that's in it, and it's just like, I guess you question yourself for a bit, like, why did I see that? But then it was like worth seeing in a way. I don't know. It's so weird.
It's just straight.
I never had a bad show like that get me to watch it throughout the whole thing. It's just so hard to put in words how to describe it. I don't know.
I have to say, like, the reason I'm not watching it is because it reminds me too much of what I experienced watching Jersey Shore, which is what you're describing. You know, it's like the worst type of people doing the worst type of things all the time. Like, it's just like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, but for this one, it has more narrative to it. If that makes sense.
It's very well done. And the fact that this happened, the fact that these people actually exist, they're not characters, it's like you continue watching to actually understand and make sense that this was happening and it got to that.
When I first
No, go ahead.
When I first saw it, I thought it was a mockumentary.
No,
You know, like I thought, like because you know I saw it. It was the picture of the main dude, the Tiger King, and it just looked like something like, you know, like Best in Show, like those fake documentaries they do. Like that's really. I did not think this was a real thing. And then even reading the description, I still thought it was fake.
Bro, it is him, and he even has music videos. He sings. It just keeps going and going. That I used to look at my wife and be like, "What the fuck is this?" Play the next episode.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So weird. Let's see. Tiger King is about big cats, guns, explosions, meth, Florida, murder, and garbage meat. Oh god, that's it's funny how you put up the garbage meat because that was a big deal in it too. Oh man, I just remembered they were eating that.
I've never seen it. I get all of those jokes.
Yeah.
You know, my wife watched it. My brother-in-law's watched it. My sister-in-law watched it. They all talked about it at dinner. They all talked about it at the goddamn store. Like, I don't need to watch it.
You know enough. You know enough. Tiger King is just like my life, except oh god. And the meth, murder, and meat from the garbage. Yeah, I totally forgot that. And the tigers. Okay, so I got a cat. Venom, even the gay part isn't real, and he's afraid of the cat, so he's in Train. The Train is a pretty good series.
You keep hearing
good. Yeah, it is.
Somebody knows what you're talking about, Bob. I used to say watch Black Mirror, but now it feels like we're living in an episode that we can't turn off.
You got that right. Black Mirror.
Knows what you're talking about.
How about Black Mirror coming out anytime soon to like make us feel, you know? I would like a 10-episode season to appear anytime soon right now.
Yeah, that would be great. Or I like, you know, if they would just drop one or two, just something. They would have done so well.
Yeah.
Oh, you just froze up that again.
Oh, there we can. Can you see us?
I could see you, but you're not moving.
Oh man. Uh-oh.
Am I moving, TK?
Yeah, like a wannabe robot. Like a horrible robot. I'll change my name to King Tiger Venom.
You know what? Go for it, man. We'll support it.
So Bob, have you been reading comics?
Have I been reading comics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what have you read so far, if you can remember?
Oh, like during the quarantine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got out that Uncanny X-Men Teen Titans crossover. That was really good. Well, science and art. I read a lot. I don't sleep much, so I just spend a lot of time reading. I pulled out Crimson Dawn. It was like a 4-issue miniseries with Psylocke and Archangel. What was the trade? I just finished Lemire and Tarantino's run on Green Arrow, which was fantastic. I recommend that to anybody.
Ooh.
The art, the story, it really was good Green Arrow stuff, like not something like Grell. I got these weird Bronze Age DC series. I grabbed Hercules Unbound and Beowulf, and those were weird, man.
How do you choose your books though?
It's so random. It really is. Like I've been getting my books at home in order, so I've been going through them, and it's like my wife gets mad because like for every like pile I put away, I pull out like half a pile to read. So I'll just be going through a box and be like, you know what? Like I haven't read this in a while, or it'll be something that relates to something more modern. I've been reading a lot, House of X and Powers of X. Really got me back into X-Men. So I've been going nuts with my X-Men collections and just pulling, random single issues out, a few arcs. I pulled off the shelf and read the other night the Marvel Masterworks of the X-Men, Uncanny X-Men Volume 2, which is the start of Phoenix. So it's from like 100 to 110. I read about 3/4 of that. That's always good classic stuff. DC wise, I I pulled out some like more modern stuff. I read Young Justice again, the Bendis one that just came out. Like I said, those Bronze Age fantasy ones.
From what I hear, Bendis is giving a lot of people trouble with Superman.
I have to. I was never a Bendis fan. I didn't like 95% of the stuff that he did at Marvel for personal reasons. Everybody's got their own tastes. I do have to say I am enjoying his DC stuff. Like I can't lie. I mean, I like Superman better than his action. Like I feel like his Superman title was more actiony than the Action comics. The Action comics a little more down to earth, where Superman was more big cosmic stuff. I like how I don't like that he aged Jonathan Kent right away.
Yeah.
But I do like what he's doing with it, with the Legion, putting him with the Legion of Superheroes and stuff. But I think they really missed an opportunity to explore like a young Superboy. Those Adventures of Superman books that came out with him and Damian hanging out. Those
Super Sons. Super Sons, right?
Yeah,
those are great. I don't know why not continue with that and just keep it like that.
Yeah, so that was the major thing. I was like, why did and it's such like a comic trope to like they do it. I get it is hard to write kids. I get it. Like what can you do with them? And it's just that it's happened so often that they take a kid and age them. Yeah. That like to see it happen right away with Jonathan Kent really like bugged me.
Yeah. We got Not Near Mint. He was like X-Men Children of the Flower Cartel.
The Flower Cartel.
Yeah, they're using Krakoa to grow plants, and the plants are used to make different drugs, and that help humans, so they can like stop, fight cancer, solve mental problems with them, prolong your life by years. But part of in order for people to get those drugs, you have to acknowledge that your country has to acknowledge that Krakoa is a nation itself, and that mutants have their rights.
Where do you see that going, if I may ask? Where do you guys see that going?
What the X-Men?
A big ass war right now is gonna happen.
Yeah, Bob.
I love Jonathan Hickman. I don't think he could do anything wrong. And judging by what he did with both the Fantastic Four and then the Avengers, like he takes the core concept of a title and just makes it as big as possible. Mm-hmm. And that's what you're already seeing with House of X. That's what he opened with, was just making a mutant nation, making them virtually immortal, bringing all the villains and heroes together as one. And if that's how he's starting it, I can't even imagine where this is going to go.
I'm really excited for all of it, but I'm also excited. I'm more interested right now. Like, all right, we got X-Men and we got X-Force. Everything happening in X-Force is great.
Yeah.
And everything in X-Men to my eyes are great too. Like the whole team up, the whole like, I don't want to say team because it's not announced, but the whole, what is it? The trio, the Trinity between Magneto, Apocalypse, and Professor X. They're so cool. They're so badass. And I think that's one of my favorite covers, actually. That cover, I don't know what it was with all three of them. Yeah.
Issue 4 and 5.
Yeah, around there. And I was like, oh man, this is amazing. And then the whole conversation at the table, if you guys recall.
That was beautiful. I've never seen Magneto deliver a more threatening speech and like beautifully done with no violence, just while slowly eating a steak. Mm-hmm. And it was probably the most menacing he's ever been. And it was just handled so well.
While Cyclops and the other guys going hand-to-hand combat with a bunch of people as security guards.
On the low, they're busting ass down there. Meanwhile, these guys showing how powerful they are in their clean suits. Apocalypse, I never thought I would see him in a suit.
I would never think that Apocalypse would stand besides, because I saw Apocalypse the way I see Thanos. That's how I always saw him, like such a big titan, like you don't deserve to be amongst him. You get me? And now he's walking around with Professor X and Magneto. Just that's a scary trio right there. That there's a scary group of guys right there. And yeah, as I was saying, like Jonathan Hickman, for a lot of people, he's been on and off. I loved his run on FF, of course. Avengers, okay, it was good. But Jonathan Hickman, I feel like he's a writer, and I think a lot of people have said this. Like he's a writer that it takes some time. I think it takes some time because he's a character builder, very very intrigued into the narrative itself. So he goes in depth, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot for him to get to the point, but when it does, it's an amazing point, and new things expand out of nowhere. So,
and the amount of characters he's juggling, and you never feel like someone's getting short shrift. Whenever he's using a character, whatever they're doing and whatever's coming there out of their mouth is perfect for that character.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he's not changing anything.
It's like something they would say. It's like you can easily be like, "Oh yeah, that's Professor X," or "Yeah, that's Magneto." That's cool. And then with his own twist with it, like, "Oh man, that's Magneto," but we never, like Bob was saying.
There's that scene with Apocalypse in that very one where someone says something about, and they say, "Yeah, like humanity barely made it through the 1600s or the 1500s," and somebody said, "What happened?" And
I was there, said, right? Something like that.
Did. Yeah, I did. It's the perfect Apocalypse line. That was the perfect Magneto line. Like he's just good at what he does.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. What we got? Bendis' single best issue was Ultimate Spider-Man 13. Pete reveals his ID to Mary Jane. No action, no masks. Those are always the great issues. Are the ones that are not action packed, not too crazy. Just like that issue. The issue we're talking about is not too crazy on action. It's not like we was focusing really on the fight between Cyclops and the other one. We was more focused on that
background. Yeah.
On that meeting, that sit down. And it was like, yo, these guys could take out I don't know how the humans went. I would have been shitting. I probably, you would have smelled something.
Those words that they were using while there was technically a battle going on, but we were more interested at those choice of words. And also, like, since I'm a big X-Men fan, remember, it wasn't too long ago that they were pushing the Inhumans on us, and they were trying to dead the mutants in the X-Men comics. And that always like bothered me because there was a whole bunch of drama with who owned the rights to the X-Men. Oh, since we don't have the movie rights, that we're not going to push them in comics. So they were pushing the Inhumans. That didn't work. So the fact that now we have these comics that are showing like, hey, we're mutants, we're powerful, this and that. I'm kind of like, yeah, show them.
Yeah, it's actually a time because it gets old. It got old in comics. X-Men striving, against the humanity and stuff like that. For me, I don't know about anybody else in the community. Like I would read and I'll be like, okay, once again, they're going this route. Once they're doing this. And then even when they brought up Krakoa, I was like, oh man, this is going to be another Utopia kind of thing. You get me? I was like, oh man, here we go again. But honestly, I saw Jonathan Hickman and I was like, all right, let's see where it goes. And we read it through, and look at the fantastic job he did. And then it broke out into so many X books, and look how good those books are doing.
Like as fans, we always play the game like what we would do, and that's what I liked about like Hickman's X-Men run. It's like, how many times have you said like, like the X-Men, they have like this genius inventor, all these geniuses, and they don't do anything. Why aren't they fixing this? Why aren't they trying that? You got all these powerful guys. Why don't they just do this? And now they're doing it. Ford making weapons, they're processing plants, they're blackmailing governments to give them their freedom and stuff. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You're not just, it went, it's gone from just being like, oh, we're good guys, but the world hates us and they're going to persecute us. Like they've come to accept the persecution, but now they're like, oh, but we do have the upper hand. So they always did. And like that's what Hickman brought to the table. It's like he didn't give anybody new powers. There were no real upgrades. Nobody got possessed by a stone. Nobody looked through a black mirror and got golden wings. These are all the original X-Men with their original powers, and now they're a world superpower. It was beautiful.
So is it safe to say Magneto was right?
Yeah, I have the shirt.
Oh,
I always believe that. Yeah, Magneto was always right. Professor X had a good, nice, peaceful idea, but we know. Look at today's society. We know like humans can't get along with other humans. So the idea that like humanity would peacefully accept mutants, it would never happen.
Yeah.
And now we're watching what they can do. Now, what can they do? How far would it go?
Yeah.
That's where Hickman will write that out, and we have to sit back and see. Because don't you guys feel that since you guys follow Fantastic Four Hickman's run, don't you feel that the ending of that Hickman Fantastic Four run happened at that last issue of Battleground with the fight with Dr. Doom and Reed Richards? That was the ending of that run. So I don't think we're going to get a full ending to this for a while. Probably like, some other deep storyline within Marvel. So in Hickman, we trust.
Yeah. Not only that, like these are ongoing comics, like they're monthly, like they've been going on for years. So like even if you noticed with his ending of like Fantastic Four and Avengers, like it wasn't like a true ending.
Mm-hmm.
It left it open. He left them in a place where the next writers could keep going, and they did. He didn't wipe the slate clean, and I think that's what we're going to find with this X-Men one. I saw a comment about, like their theory about the island revolting and stuff like that, and that's definitely a possibility. I think in the end, I think the only way I could see it ending is they have to lose the island somehow, whether through like a revolution. It's the only thing that's really keeping them above. So if they wanted to if you wanted to leave it where the next writer could just walk in and start over again, the Krakoa has to fall, I think.
Yeah, I definitely listen. We got a lot of classic moments already. That moment between Wolverine and Nightcrawler would never leave.
Oh yeah. When they go to that to the ship to destroy the Sentinel by the sun, and they're talking to each other, and he's kind of like, I'll see you in the next life. You're gonna be here and there, and he kind of like Nightcrawler sacrifices himself to get Wolverine to that Sentinel head, and they both sacrifice themselves. Like they know how important this mission is for what Xavier and them needs to be done. And then the dialogue, it hit the feels. I remember I posted that picture somewhere. It hit the feels, man. It hit the feels.
Going from 4 monthly books to 12 will make the continuity so unwielding that they will reboot again eventually. Hey, that's
I worry about that too. Like it was a quick expansion, but I feel like Hickman's got his fingers in all the pies. So I think he's juggling a lot, in terms of like keeping it pretty cohesive, and hopefully he can. I would hate to see like this spiral out of control because Marvel just wants to put out 40 X-Men books. But if he's able to keep it contained somehow and keep it flowing and moving forward, I think we're in for a nice ride with the X stuff.
Or what they can do as well is just like slow down things and start. Now I don't want to say cancel, just end a couple of those story arcs, bring it back together, and then when the perfect time is to expand again, do it. Like I thought it was gonna be crazy, but again, I hear great things about those books. So I would never want to take if somebody's actually on those books, like the Marauders, somebody's on those X books and they're like, yo, this book is good, the story's good, I really like it. I don't want to just take it away from them. I don't want to cancel it. Like at first I was just like, oh man, why so many X titles? Why why. But once people started telling me, hey, they're good, I'm like, what is there to complain about? I can't complain. Like, if they're a good book, keep it going. That's what we
I
want.
like what they did with like Fallen Angels. Like that was put out as an ongoing. It ran 6 issues. It was probably the lowest selling one numbers wise. And they finished that arc, and then they folded Psylocke's story into Hellion.
Yep.
Which, so you lost one book, you lost one team book, but you gained another. And then that freed up Cable. Now Cable's got his own series. Who knows? That might be the best Cable series ever. Only 1 issue came out so far. But, things, I don't mind seeing a shuffling of books around as long as they're shuffling in the right direction. If books are being canceled and they're putting out better product afterwards, I'm all for it. But when you're canceling good stuff and putting out worse stuff, that's where it's like, ugh.
That's my thing. It's like, hey, if you could put out, I don't care, a 6 issue, let's say, put a 6 issue comic that it was supposed to be an on series, but for some reasons you guys had to stop and like cancel the story, or not cancel, but finish the story and not continue. That also doesn't, if that story was good, it doesn't put a bad name on that team. It's not like I'm gonna be like I'm not, for example, what if X-Force finished just now? I'm gonna be like, yo, that was a good story arc, and I can't wait until they capitalize on that again, until they start moving forward with it. And when it comes out, I'll definitely pick it up at that time. You don't want a story to end or cut them off, and it was a bad story, and then that's when you decide to cut them off because it was a bad story. And then when it comes across again, you're like, I kind of remember that team. It didn't catch my eye, so.
It's better than a good note. I agree 100%. I hate when a comic or a TV show has gone on for too long. And it happens a lot. And like some titles should be done in like you said, like 6 issue, 12 issue spurts. Sometimes a writer has definitely a good idea for like, say, 12 issues. And if that title takes off and they're told by editorial, well, hey, like now it's ongoing, you got to keep going. They might not have anything more to go on, and now they're turning in subpar work.
Yep.
Why not pass it on to someone who wants to?
And a lot of those, and a lot of what you and TK just said, there's certain storylines that have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that might be in 5 issues or 10. But what you just said, there are people like, hey, you need to keep pushing it. Those are the storylines that they have a lot of bullshit filler issues.
Yeah.
That shit out and just kills the storyline.
Exactly.
It's like TV shows. There's some shows they just could be done in 4 seasons. They have 8 to 10 and they're loaded with filler. And that kills. So I 100% agree, man.
I think the God cartoon that was infamous for that was Dragon Ball Z. It had a lot of fillers in it.
I never watched it. I know Smallville, which was one of my favorite shows.
And Smallville.
Filler episodes. I was like, wait, Doomsday came out last week, but this week we're talking about race cars.
Oh, that X-Men 5 was the best issue of the run. Magneto's Hannibal Lecter scene.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Cobra Viper, thank you for dropping by. Let me see. Way to be TK. Mike, what's up? Samuel, what's up? TK, what's up? If you guys haven't yet subscribed to either of our channels, whether it's my channel, TK's Batcave, you guys should, because we have these episodes like almost every other day where we're just breaking down comics, movies, TV shows, and other things like that. And we get special guests as such. Look at that, Bob. We had Bob in the house today. So that was pretty cool. What else are you guys watching, or what is it that you're trying to watch?
I've been catching up on going back to. Have you guys ever hear of Letterkenny?
A Letterkenny?
Letterkenny? No. What's that? What is that?
It's a Canadian comedy about Hicks, out in the wilds of Canada, and it's hysterical. It's also on Hulu. It's got like 7 seasons.
Sounds as good as Tiger King.
It's like a Canadian version of like Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like a gang of 20-somethings hanging out and getting into trouble. But it's based in Canada. It's like got like a little hockey centricness to it, and it's very well done. So I've been rewatching that. I've been rewatching a lot of old British comedies, a lot of Monty Python. I like to read when I watch TV, so sometimes I like stuff on in the background that I've seen already, so I can focus more on the reading.
Damn, talk about multitasking. You see this? That's crazy.
Sci-fi wise, like I said, The Strain. I caught up on Lost in Space on Netflix, the new one.
Oh, is it?
Good? Yeah, pretty good. Nice sci-fi, cool stuff.
Okay. I want to dive into like Snowpiercer, that TV show.
I can't wait for that. Yeah,
I'm really interested in that. Like again, I just saw the movie 2 episodes ago, Mo. Yeah. And wow, what a fantastic time. I don't know if Bob, have you seen that YouTube video? I always call it that YouTube video that Mo sent me. It was you want to explain on that?
I saw Snowpiercer. I saw certain videos before that. People kept recommending to watch Snowpiercer, and I saw a video that made me. There was a fan theory video, but it caught fire that Snowpiercer is a sequel to Willy Wonka.
What?
I knew it.
Yo, you get Wonka with my niece last night, so now I'm totally interested.
You gotta send it to him, Mo.
So you've seen Snowpiercer, right, Bob?
Yeah, I've read the comic.
Oh, dope. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you a link. And again, these were videos that fan theory is fun. Okay, cool. But then it caught fire, and more people were like, "No, these are like." Let me show you why I think, and it is you see, and it's like, wait a minute, damn, that makes total sense. Everything. So I'm gonna send you a video. Like I said, I don't think Snowpiercer was made purposely. I just think that the creator, who is the guy from Parasite, the director,
inspired probably.
Yeah, maybe inspired him to certain things. And you're gonna be like, damn, I can see why they would think it's a sequel to Willy Wonka. So I'll send you the link.
Yeah, definitely. I read something similar. It was how Blade Runner was connected to, I want to say, Alien. Yes, Blade Runner and Alien are in the same universe.
It's crazy. It's great. I love these far-fetched like conspiracies, but kind of like it's like 97% matching. Like
that's the
way. This one was mostly dealing with the technology of both.
Okay. So how they were similar.
Yeah, so like the way targeting systems were, the different types of corporations, pulling little phrases from the characters said in both movies that like you could see there might be a link.
Wow, this one's I think it's a stronger link. Like this one goes in
I'm definitely interested.
It goes in depth like you won't believe it. It's like, and I remember Mo telling me, and he was like, you won't believe it, just watch the video. He sent me the video, I saw the thumbnail, and I saw Willy Wonka.
Because I was like,
what are you talking about?
We were recommending movies to each other. I told him, hey, watch Snowpiercer, and when you're done, I'm gonna send you a link, and they say it's a sequel for a specific movie. I don't want to say they say it's a sequel for this movie because he hadn't seen it yet. So I wanted him to watch the movie without that thought in his head. And then I wanted that reaction of when I send you the link, because the link says Willy Wonka. I knew it was gonna be like, what?
That's
the first thing I'll do when we're done with this.
Yeah, definitely. Let me see. Smallville. Do you want to watch a 10-season series about Superman where he doesn't show up in person except for the last minute in the very last episode? Oh man. Yo, that was the thing too. When that show was out, I was like, all right, so when is he gonna where's his costume? Like when is it gonna happen?
But wasn't it, if I'm not mistaken, wow, what year was that? The final episode.
I just remember him running on the rooftop, I think it was.
But then Lois Lane is on the plane. and he's outside the plane in the suit, but it's from far. But you can see that it's the suit, but it's from far. So we never got him like head to toe. You see that actor in the suit. So I was kind of like, that's cool, but I wanted to see him in the full suit, not in a red leather jacket with a blue t-shirt. The blur.
So I'm gonna just bring up one more topic and see if we should close this because it's like 10:30. Bob has a curfew, and nah, I'm just kidding. But you are in the shop, so I'm gonna end it with this. What's his name? Patterson. What's his name?
Robert Patterson.
Robert Patterson. Bob, have you heard about what he said about working out for the role of Batman?
I thought that was funny. I don't know whether or not to take him seriously on it or not, but
I got more info on that, TK.
Oh, do you? Do you? Okay. Whew. I hope it leans to the good side because I would be. I don't know. I take Batman. Obviously, I take any superhero role very seriously, and I understand you want to focus on one part, but you got to understand that Batman's one of Batman's main part that makes him like when I think of Batman, and if he doesn't have a t-shirt or whatever, this guy has to be like, you can see that he works out every day and night or whatever like that, or at least a lot. And on top of that, you see a lot of scars. That's how I see Batman. And you get me? And it's like if it's true that he's not working out for this role, it definitely it's an upset. It's like a disrespect towards the character for me. That's how deep I get into it. It's like
when I brought this up the last episode, I said, "Yo, this guy said he doesn't want to be working out because he feels a certain way about it, especially since, from what I've heard, since he's in quarantine, he's in lockdown. He's those people that haven't gone out at all." And some people are saying that maybe that's like kind of like affecting him. Maybe he's getting a little kooky. And he even put up a video of him making macaroni and pasta with some weird ingredients. Like they're saying that he's maybe losing it a little bit. So I think he's trolling us. I think he's just like, I'm bored. I'm in quarantine. Let me bust people's ass. I don't need to work out. I'm an actor. I don't need to. It's gonna affect me. So that was the link that was posted. He says I don't need to be working out in quarantine. Because he had contacted the girl who's playing Catwoman. She's like, "Yo, I've been working out."
Yeah, she's constantly working out.
Every day. And he told her, "Oh, I haven't done anything since the quarantine. I don't really feel like I need to." And then he posted the video of him making some weird microwavable pasta macaroni, which he wants to like push as a new product.
That could be a troll. That could be a troll. Yeah.
So he's being weird.
You also got to remember, like you know. In comparison, say, I'm pretty sure Robert Pattinson was like in pretty good shape to play Batman to begin with.
Mm.
You know, whereas like say like, you know, I'm sure when Ben Affleck got the notice that he was going to play Batman, he started having to hit the gym a little hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a lot younger, he's a lot skinnier. I think more what he meant is like he doesn't have to have like the same regimen. He's not trying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he doesn't have to lose the weight because he already lost it. He's already in good shape.
Bob, what if he looks like Adam West?
You know, like that's what I'm saying. It's not like they casted Jonah Hill and he's like, "Oh no, I'm not going to work out to play Batman."
Jonah.
He's already in enough shape. He could make all the pasta and crap that he wants. You know, and these guys, you know, don't forget these are actors. They don't have to go to the gym like we have to go to the gym where it's after our job and after our daily lives. They don't do anything. So like, and they're rich. So he could just hire 4 people to move his arms and legs around and he'll be in better shape than any of us by the time he's ready to film the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess we're going to have to wait and see. So TK, don't worry. TK thinks that we're going to get a puny Batman, but then again, remember, we're getting the beginning Batman.
I'm so scared. I don't care how you put it. I don't care how you put it. He has to look like because remember, Batman is considered the pinnacle of a human being at the top level. and they explained that in comics. Like he's like, and he surpasses all the Olympic, weightlifters, Olympic this, Olympic that. That's why he surpassed all of those records. So I'm not saying it base it off that. I'm not saying go too hard on it. I'm not saying you have, but I'm saying like you have to respect the fact that Batman was somebody that trains day and night. It's not like a guy that is gonna grab a costume, put it on, and go fight crime. Like, but I doubt that as well, because he has to go through jiu-jitsu. He has to go through some mixed martial arts. Imagine I don't have to train. Oh my god.
Or he's in the movie.
That's what stuntmen are for.
He looks very like awkward in the fights. He looks like the Street Fighter. I saw a video on the Street Fighter how they didn't have no time or money to invest on the actors to learn how to fight. So a lot of the fight scenes look very. So what if we're watching this Batman? He's like.
That would be insane. But all right, guys, I'm gonna end it on this note. I think we did a good time. I think we got 2 hours and 26 minutes. That's almost 2.5 hours. I do want to say thank you, first of all, to Bob for joining us on this live stream. Thanks a lot, Bob from Royal Collectibles. Let me put that up again. You could follow them on Instagram. You could communicate with them through DM, email as well, if I'm not mistaken, right, Bob?
Yeah. We have a phone number too, but no one's at the store most of the time, so there's no point in calling.
Imagine somebody picks up, but there's nobody there. So the haunted comic book shop. That would be awesome.
The haunted comic shop.
That would be awesome. The haunted comic shop
itself. Yeah. DM us. Hit us on Gmail, royalcomicsny@gmail.com. Any questions you have, if you're looking for something, back issues, we carry plenty of toys, pops. We're expanding the manga section. That's something I was working on today. We got new bookcases in. That's the other benefit of this quarantine that I found so far. I was able to dig out all the paint cans from the basement and just start repainting the store. So when our customers do come back in, you'll see some new, it's a little fresher, a little cleaner. So contact us. Let us know what you want. If you need anything, we're here for you guys. Keep collecting. Stay safe. Support your local comic shops. Support your local businesses, all the small businesses. Take care of them. Look out for them, because they are the ones that are going to look out for you.
Oh, yeah. Mo, obviously, you guys already know Mo from Dudes Talking Comics. It's not like you don't. But if you don't, he's on Instagram, dudes_talking_comics, and he's always putting up his famous funny memes that come out of nowhere that I've never seen them before, but they just fit. They fit the situation every time. They fit the current events for some reason. Again, I do want to talk about that shout out I got. I mean that giveaway, that Carnage 361 Amazing Spider-Man, just in time for the movie Venom 2. Hopefully that trailer drops. That would be pretty cool. At least the trailer. Can I see a trailer at least? Like a something? I don't know, like a good trailer. Yeah, that trailer going on. You guys can see that in the last video. What was that, Bob?
Yeah, like a movie poster, something for it. Yeah, just get people.
How is it that stopped?
Give us something to talk about.
I know there's movies that are in production that people, I know they, all right, so there's a few movies. I know Halloween Kills. It's I think it's already done, and they're just working on the trailer right now. They're just working on actually dropping the trailer, which is cool. Definitely interested on how, that whole Michael Myers story went through. I know Scream 5 was announced as well, so that's another horror movie to be looking forward to. But I mean, Scream was always a joke for me, but I enjoy it. I don't know. I enjoy the Scream movies, and definitely, hopefully they actually bring out the New Mutants, because that's another movie that's been out for like
the little bits and pieces I've seen. That looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. And it's got like that horror tinge to it. It looks like it's going to be touching on the Demon Bear stuff.
I'm telling you, anything with horror has been amazing. I love horror, and just like look at the Immortal Hulk run, the way it started off.
Yeah,
they just put a little bit of horror into it, and look, boom, that whole comic exploded.
There's certain superhero characters that lend themselves to that beautifully, and the New Mutants and that characters and those characters in that era, especially, that's perfect for that.
Look at Deceased. Look where Deceased is going. Look at Unkillables. Like look at Dark Metal, or what is it called? Dark Metal? Dark Metal,
Just
right?
metal. Yeah, the first one was just metal. Yeah.
Yeah, look at a little bit of horror, a little bit of Batman Who Laughs into it, and it's just sparking up like crazy. But again, thank you everybody in the chat that came through and actually spoke to us. Sorry again for being slow with the chat. It's just, you know, we get into the conversation and it's always intriguing. Bob, thank you a lot, and
thank you guys. I really, you know, I'm glad we were able to do this. We talked about it for the longest time, of trying to arrange some way to do something. I'd like to do this again, even, you know, when we get a chance, even during the quarantine. And then, like I said, especially when we're open again, I want you guys down here. We'll do something live, you know, link it into something, do a giveaway, whatever reason we can, you know, because it's fun. It's part of the community, you know, we're all family and we all got to work together.
Sure.
Yep.
That's
of
great.
course, man.